We are back, guys, and we are gonna still continue Season 10 action for the Global Vision Champions Cup playoffs, where we still are gonna have more quarterfinals action. And in the last bit, we saw a big upset. Diam Lord taking out Crucifer's Chaos Dwarf team. I can't believe what I saw there, and Diam Lord is gonna move on and face off against the winner between the Necromancer team and the improbable Halfling team. Can you believe it, guys? Halflings making it this far? I just don't know what to say about that, but I am curious to see what we have here. Dwarf taking on this Undead team, aDant versus Nav, and these guys here, both pretty good players, and we are about to see what is going to transpire between the both of those guys. And let's go ahead and hit into the match. And yes, in the preliminary predictions there, I did say that I liked the Dwarf team, but just barely though. aDant looking pretty strong and pretty solid, but he's going to have to be facing up against a very dangerous Sepulchral guards of the Undead team of Coach Nav. So we'll see. We'll definitely have to wait and see. Big! Coached by aDant, the Dwarven team taking on the Undead team, Sepulchral guards of Coach Nav. Yeah, Diam Lord does not need piling on Mighty Blow. It's and even the Claw. Don't forget about that, Wayne Fair. But my oh my, I cannot believe it. You would think that Crucifer would just absolutely crush up the Chaos Dwarf team of Diam Lord and then spit them out. But man, I was absolutely big time mistaken. Let's go ahead and pause it up as we see Sepulchral guards is going to opt to receive the ball there. And let's just take a quick look at both these guys' skills. Security gate. Excuse me, guys. Just had to clear my throat. Security gate there. The riot, the pitch invasion is going to be guarded now. So no last minute victories here for either sides. None of that business. But yes, Dwarven team looks like he's going to play some defense, and hopefully we'll be able to do so in good fashion, because man, I've been absolutely just rubbish on my picks this season. But that's just how much the playing field has leveled out, right? I mean, a lot of players are pretty good now, and it can go either way. It doesn't matter how good you think you are. There's going to be somebody else that can actually outplay you and outnuffle you, I guess. Troll Slayers, Mighty Blow with the piling on, also the tackle, and the pro. Gonna have also a runner with the leader and the blodge ability. Longbeards with the guard, just about all of them with guard, I'd say, and then he does have the dodge for that Longbeard here, and then the Mighty Blow with the +1 in strength and the block for that blitzer. Well, he comes inherent with that block, and then the Longbeard here with the Mighty Blow and the guard, and then Troll Slayer, yes, more Mighty Blow, and also the piling on Juggernaut with the pro tackle, and then Longbeard, Mighty Blow, guard, and then more guard here, force front guys. This one with Stand Firm and the Mighty Blow, and then this one here with Mighty Blow and the guard. Gonna have a Longbeard to come in. Yes, is it a Longbeard? Looks like a blitzer actually. Yes, it is a blitzer with the Stand Firm ability, and that will be it for this Dwarven team. Looking pretty strong. I always say for the Dwarven team, you want to have at least one extra guy to come in, because why? You never know. Injuries does still happen against On Value 9, as we have seen in the last match. Crucifer's Chaos Dwarf team getting a little bit more injured throughout the game, despite Diam Lord just barely having enough guys with Claw, even Mighty Blow, not even a combination of the two. But here, the Mummies on the front line, and he's going to move away, but still, they are on the front line at the moment. Stand Firm with that blotch ability for this guy here, and the guard. Oh man, it's just so strong, and then have Stand Firm, grab and guard for this one, and a +1 in strength zombie with the block and also the tackle ability on the front line. So you talk about ready. He is absolutely, and I almost picked this Undead team because of this very strong front line of the zombies, both of them with block as well, and then Dauntless ability as well. So I mean, you think they are going to be outmatched in the front line, think again, because they can absolutely take it down with a 2-die block. And then the white +1 in agility, +1 in strength, with the blodge and the mighty blow tackle. I mean, can you believe that I did not pick this Undead team? I don't even know what happened to me. But we are going to have a blodge and also a guard. White, as well as having sure hands, leader, and that blodge ability on that ghoul, and then another ghoul plus one of movement allowed, and the sprint. I mean, you talk about one move touchdown thrust, this is it, and the blodge ability, and then more zombies here. This one here with dirty player, and then this one here with tackle and the block. I mean, all of his guys nicely leveled up across the board, but will it be enough against this Dwarven team who does have guard for all the front line guys? So the Dwarves should be able to dominate in the front line despite up against the Dauntless and the block ability of these zombies up the front line. So, and also the +1 in strength. I mean, will it be good? Actually, these mummies are going to stay in the front line. Look at that. Let's go ahead and take away the default abilities. I really like that we can do that because that makes this game a whole lot easier to watch. Man, oh man. You're out, Nate? Alright. No problem, Nate. Yeah, I'm kind of tired myself after this crazy Christmas season. But I'm here because I can only cover it for today. You know, this is my only time I can do it. And then we'll be doing semi-final coverage in the next week. But like I said, tonight I'll be doing some more. So if you are going to be around, you can definitely check me out a little bit later on. Pouring rain and actually going to be kicked out, so no need to do the pickup roll against the rain. It is a -1 in modifiers to pick that ball up, so thankfully no 4+ pickups necessary after kicking it out of bounds, and we'll begin the bashings of the front line. And nice hit there, staying firm, going to continue to stay right in the midfield. And a 3-die block, defender stumbles, that is going to be good enough. Yes, he doesn't have dodge for that Longbeard at all, and then he's going to get that hit down on him. And we're going to move the ball just slightly up here. Going to have a bribe for aDant right there, and a Bloodweiser babe for Nav. So both of these guys are going to have a little something for today's match. And as promised, I do have a whiskey shot here, because after that last game of Crucifer versus Dire Lord, oh, I need it. Yeah, I'm going to continue to take some sips there. Nice. Scum! The only good dwarf is a dead dwarf, you say? Don't you say that for every single race that you encounter? Come on. Undead team is going to have to play in the rain, but I don't suspect he's going to do any handoffs or anything like that. So, with him not needing to do the pickup, this rain should be a bit of a non-factor. And heck, this is the nice thing about having a white with +1 in strength and the +1 agility. As I pointed out in the previous games, this white, he can get those bashes off, does have mighty blow and a tackle. He gets his hits off, and then he himself is actually a good wide receiver with that +1 agility. So the worst comes to worst, he can actually just end up giving the handoff or maybe even throwing it to him, and the catch isn't the question. It's going to end up just being throw. Oh, and it looks like here we're not going to waste any time. We'll get the foul off there. It does have that bribe in hand, so why not use it? And use it to great effect. So aDant looking like he's going to use every single chance he gets to get down any dangerous zombies or ghouls or any of that stuff that's going to be laying on the ground. Too bad he doesn't have anyone with dirty play or anything to make the maximum use of it, but still, we'll be able to get a couple assists on that, but not going to be able to get more out of that. And I don't know if you want to continue just following here, because just still going to be a zombie with Dauntless and block. I mean, he's still going to be a big piece, but not as big a piece as, say, this white right there. There's the blitz. Dwarves, of course, in the beginning. Nobody wants to base each other up. And for good reason, both of these sides so dangerous. And the zombie's just going to hold up, and we might see a foul here himself. Dirty player for Nav's Undead team, but unlike the Dwarves, doesn't have the bribe in hand, but will do it anywho. Oh, and it looks like it's just going to be a stun, and he will get called on that foul, on those doubles right there, and going to get sent off for his trouble. So Undead team doing his foul and going to get caught red-handed. Just going to get a stun in the front line as well. And that's not necessarily the thing for the Undead team, but that's okay. That's why we take 30 player, boys. If you take 30 player, you don't use it, then why the hell did you do it? It's not rain, it's tears of the Games Workshop at all of the empty shelves. What, empty shelves of, are they crying in happiness because it's empty, or it's just empty because nobody's stacking their games? Pro reroll on that blitz, and not fearing anything, we'll be able to get the hit in. Oh, and a big injury there on the mummy, and it's going to be an MNG, but the regeneration is going to save that mummy. But on this possession, half of the Undead team definitely needs them. As we've seen previously, mummies with that big strength would be able to get more of the passage clear for you guys, the Undead team, but down a mummy, and that's just like being down your thumb on your right hand. And you definitely need them if you're going to make any real headway, but not to say that you can't still do it with your left hand, but man, that's a huge miss. And now Dwarf team actually going to be a little bit aggressive here. Going to collapse the right side and actually going to blitz along the right side and threaten the ball carrier. And so now being up a mummy and not seeing an easy cage being just formed up here, might actually be able to get to the backfield. Undead though, that's a nice thing. Ghouls does have movement allowance 7, so can get away, far away from that runner who's blitzing in. Actually out of range now, so doesn't need to put up the cage, but we'll have to move up to the left side. We'll be able to get the blitz off. Dwarves themselves does not have a firm grasp here on this left side, so it's going to open things up and give the other team lots of space here to get right in the faces here and get to the midfield. Football sales were pretty intense. No way. So they were tears of happiness. That's good. Games Workshop. Nice. Hey, I'm always happy to see Blood Bowl doing well. Blood Bowl sales were pretty intense. Pro Health team looks nice, but a new design of Dark House. They'll steal your bleeding hearts, huh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not always a good sign. I'm gonna have to take a sip of my whiskey on that one. Oh, yeah. That, my friends, is a whiskey sip. I'm gonna take another one. That tasted good. Ugh. Since these are both Russians playing each other, I should maybe take a shot of vodka. But no! I only have whiskey. Well, actually I do have some vodka, but it's not open, so I don't want to open up a perfectly good big bottle of Grey Goose just to get that going. And there we go. Nice hit in. Gonna get the +1 in strength handy zombie. Gonna get that 2-die block. Knock him back. We'll be able to open up his other zombie and make things a lot more difficult. Should be able to wrap around the right side. Dwarves, this is the danger here. Can absolutely get outmaneuvered by the other side if not too careful on his positioning. And that's kind of the reason why I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to hate on the Dwarves or should I just pick this Undead team. But man, this is a real toss-up, I'd say. I almost would say that this Undead team has a bit of the advantage going in, so I'm a little bit crazy for taking this Dwarf team, but still, crazy like a fox. Value 7, level 4 zombie with Dauntless. Yeah, it's a little bit of a bloat, but I mean, it's just, it's a perfectly good, it's perfectly good to keep him in there, especially against guys with higher strength. And if he can put him on the offensive side of things and maybe not on the defensive side of things, that'd be good too. So he can get those 2-die blocks whenever he really needs it. But it looks like Mummy will be able to get pushed. But the stand firm, he's not going anywhere. And gonna continue to stay in the front line and stand firm. I don't think he should have used it there. He should have just allowed that push to happen so that this blitz wouldn't have come out. But it looks like he's gonna continue to stay up there and get blitzed by the Troll Slayer, and will get the hit in and the piling on. but no injuries there. And so other mummy standing out and gonna be injury free for the time being. He's A-okay, guys. A-okay. Looks like, yes, +1 is strength zombie. Gonna continue to pave the way. Gonna get the hit in. And gonna get the stun. So the right side absolutely wide open. We'll see if the Undead team is gonna take advantage. But a death injury on the defender stumbles. Mummy doing his job. Apothecary is gonna get blown there. And aDant's Longbeard gonna still continue MNG, but at least it's not gonna be a death injury. But man, what a big injury there on the Dwarf. So Longbeard with that stand firm, with the mighty blow as well, is gonna go down to the big hit and also guard. So a big piece there. KO there, and when it rained, it absolutely pours. Dwarven team gonna get whittled down here. Another injury, just a KO, but still, Undead team now should be able to just walk this one in for the touchdown. Stun player on this right side. And then a death injury turned to MNG, and then another KO. Gonna absolutely open things up. Should be able to wrap around the top even by the zombie, but he's gonna go ahead and hold off this blitzer with the +1 in strength and mighty blow. So he's gonna hold him up. Gonna get the 2-die block. Gonna get scolded for his troubles. More pushes here, so aDant might actually be suffering from the Crucifer curse from one game ago. I might have to take more whiskey after this one, guys. But don't worry, I got some coke to soak things up here. Injury there on the mummy. There you go, Troslayer. He's gonna say, "Get on my back. I will carry this dwarf team into victory." And the regeneration does not come through for this Undead team. And now, Dwarves turning back the tide, will be able to get his guys over to this right side. The Undead team has to ask himself, boy, is this how this game's gonna turn out to be? Oh, unlike Crucifer, where he could not get any injuries back, the Dwarven team does get his injuries here and does hit those key pieces out himself. So with that, Dwarves able to equalize a little bit more, and he's going to have to just watch and wait and see how this is going to work out. Should be able to continue to have this escort. Again, should be able to get this touchdown. I don't see it going any other way, but Undead team does not have a lot going into the second half. I'll tell you that much. Let's get some coke here. Soak down some of this whiskey in my belly. One die blitz, one die block, and we'll just get a push here. And Dwarven team now just has to do enough to pressure this ball carrier and getting that touchdown. Hopefully get him to do it a little bit earlier than he wants, but Undead team should be able to score it. Basically 2 dwarves with the mummy. Yeah, I mean, just not so wise, I think, placement with the mummy, but at the same time, not often that they would get too many armor value breaks, even with the mighty blow. So I guess feeling pretty good about his armor value 9 mummy, but still. Yeah, I mean, both those mummies going out like that, just a big blow. Not very ideal there. Pro with the reroll on the skull. We'll be able to get that pro reroll. And we'll be able to get the defender down die. And also gonna get the piling on to boot. And not gonna get much more out of it, but still not too shabby. Dwarves will be able to go and touch up the ball carrier. And I think the Undead team might actually be forced to make this touchdown on turn 7. And give this Dwarf team 2 turns to maybe do something with it. But a big injury here. Wow, I cannot believe it. More injuries here on this Dwarven team right when you think it could not get any worse. It does, and that's going to be one of the ball carriers. Kickoff return with the fend and also the kick ability on that Dwarven runner, so all the ball carrying got to be done by this other runner. Thankfully, he's got sure hands, and well, he comes with sure hands, but he's got the leader and also the blodge ability, so he also makes a pretty good ball carrier as well. Yeah, that's a pretty damn good white. How you doing today, Shattered Ice? You doing all right? Yeah, that white is basically a vampire without the bloodlust. I'll tell you what, just absolutely huge. Heck, he might be a vampire in disguise. I don't know. But the Undead team will actually be forced to make the touchdown on turn 7, and we'll go up 1-0 now. Sepulchral guards will go up, Rain a non-factor, as I said, after that pickup, or non-pickup really, because he did get the ball out of bounds and was able to just hand it to him. He will get the score. So with this, the Rain might actually come to haunt this Dwarven team with 2 more turns left to play. Will he be able to get the pickup on the 4+ with the sure hands? We'll see though. 2 more turns left to go. Can't get the 2-turner, but will he try it? Because Undead team might actually get the fly out. I don't know. Could get the touchdown himself. No, he can't. 1 more turn left. If anything, he can get his guys in great position and stop this up, but we'll see. Dwarves are acting like a halfling team this game, huh? Is that right? Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I know you could be anywhere else, but thanks for joining me here today for Blood Bowl coverage of the Champions Cup. If you guys haven't already, please hit that follow button. I definitely would love you to do it because, man, it helps me out in the long run. And also, it keeps me going. It absolutely does. So you guys out there that are enjoying this cast, please hit me up. Follow along. You like my videos as well? Check me out on YouTube. And all my coverage is going to be on YouTube as well, so you can check out the action even if you've missed out. I normally do this. I'm starting to try to do this more on Sundays. Ooh, Riot, boy, that is going to save things, man. Riot is going to be canceled by the security gate, so no 1 extra turn for aDant's Dwarven team, but still 2 turns. Might actually be able to do something with it still. Big injury there. We'll see if the regeneration is going to pass or not, and it looks like it's going to be a big nope. So that's going to be too bad, but it's just a zombie in the front line. And that team looks like it rolls with skills. Yeah, it looks like it rolls skills pretty nicely. Yeah, he definitely did. Got that dauntless in the front line and blocked for a couple of zombies, and then one of them with +1 in strength, and then this one here with a tackle and block. I mean, it's just so nicely leveled up across the board. aDant will move the blitzers out to the left and right side. Split things up. And going to continue to move the Longbeards up there. Give the blitzers a little bit of a support. But after one of the blitzers getting blitzed up and the other one going to get surrounded up, this is going to be a very difficult play here, especially in the rain. Don't forget -1 modifier on all catch rolls, so it makes this into a 4+ catch instead of a 3+ catch. And a failed Longbeard GFI will leave this one hanging, so we are likely going to see a blitz on this one and then a surround on this one. But we'll see. This one does have the +1 in strength, so the blitz may actually come on this blitzer and then the surround on this guy, but does have a Longbeard support there, so we'll see which way this Undead team really wants to go with it. It does have the guard here, so with this guy guarding him up, get the extra help along this left side. We'll see. Yes, the white will go and blitz down this man there. We'll get the defender down died, so just needs to see this blitzer get hemmed up by this mummy. Can't put him right there, or maybe right in there. But oh, gonna fail the GFI roll, and luckily though, lots of rerolls, so not gonna get 136 today, and we'll be able to cover up the last little spot here. for this Undead team, and actually put the Ghoul right in the backfield there as well. So probably if he was going to blitz this guy up, maybe have moved this Ghoul last, and then he could maybe put this guy right there in a little bit better position. But we'll see how he's going to do this. We'll get the hit in. I don't see why the Dwarf team wouldn't try for a 2-move touchdown. Undead team can't turn this one around, so we'll see. We'll get the blitz off. And look at the defender down dive, but it looks like he's not going to try for it with the blitz coming up here on the left side. So Dwarf team, I think, is not even going to try now. But we'll see. Yeah, it looks like he's not going to even try. He's just going to get his guy in range. We'll get the foul off at the end, and that's going to be it. So aDant seen enough in the first half. We'll get the injury on that foul, and no foul is going to be called. Niggling injury, regeneration, going to get the fill, and going to go in feeling a little bit happy about that. Even down 1-0, but with that nice foul, and it's going to injure that dangerous zombie. We'll be able to be up in numbers in the second half. Dwarf team now will have the possession half in the second, and big injuries coming out. 4 injuries. 4 injuries here on this Undead team. Well, 3 injuries and a foul out being called, and then only a couple on the Dwarf team. But that is going to be 10 on... What is it? 10 on 8 now? 10 Dwarves versus 8 of the Undead team. Continue to still be reigning at this point, but Dwarves being up in numbers always is going to help your cause out on the offensive side of things, and so we should see the Dwarven team square this one up. And if he gets a loads more injuries, he might actually score it pretty early and then try to get the turnover and get the ball back. But I don't know if you want to do it against dangerous wights and ghouls with the +1 in agility, and then ghouls with +1 in movement allowance and sprint as well. So I mean, you're talking about 1 turners. This might be it. Undead team might actually be able to turn this one out on the last turn, on turn 16, if the Dwarf team actually tries to grind this one out. Yeah. Oh yes, the Dwarf team does have the bribe still in hand, so can't forget about that. Thanks for reminding me on that one, Wayne Fair. Does still have the bribe, so not too dangerous at all to continue to get those hits off. Dwarves with the quick snap. Moves guys slightly better position, and then should be able to get some hits out. There you go. Gonna move out of the way and get the hits in. Ball is gonna get kicked short, and gonna get a little bit nuffled there. And so with the rain, is gonna be a possibility of dropping this ball. 75% chance to pick this ball up, but leaves a huge 25% chance at a non-pickup. So this is gonna be a rough. And he's only got 1 of the runners on the pitch, so actually could just mark up the ball at this point, and the Undead team could actually get to it and make this a lot more of a difficult pickup coming up. He's not even tried this ball pickup at this point, so Undead team might actually get this hit off here. Mummy take down this long beard that's sitting right in front, and then should be able to get a blitz here from this white maybe, and then after that just mark up the ball here. 1, 2, 3 spaces pretty much ready to go, but aDant gonna just stop that up, gonna put the Dwarf Longbeard right there. So all that I said just now is a little bit out of the window, but the blitz, the Mummy does have the pro reroll, gonna fail it though, but the block gonna be the call, and gonna continue to stay right there, and just enough of a stoppering here. Oh man, if those skulls produce even more skulls, oh man, that would have been a tough time here. But guard on that Mummy will induce the 2-die block. Should be able to free him up. Get the blitz out. Oh, gonna get the blitz here on the Troll Slayer on value 8. Gonna try to get some precision attacks on the Dwarven team, but just a couple more pushes. And that's not what you want. We'll get the assist here on that Longbeard. We'll get the defender down die, and we'll be able to step through and base up the Troll Slayer. And we'll be able to continue to keep up the pressure here on the right side, leaving this right side a little bit less open. But the sensor could actually cut back in here. Undead team leaving the center a little bit open, so Dwarves might actually be able to take up residence. In fact, I believe he will be able to take up residence right there on his right side, or actually in the center after moving to the right. Pro reroll, and that's the thing in this tournament. A whole bunch of blitzers taking those pro, and we'll be able to take down that zombie, and we'll be able to get the injury. So right side with that +1 strength. I don't know if it was advisable to step into that dwarf because he does have Dauntless, and so was able to get a 2-die block on him nonetheless, even after getting based up by the +1 strength zombie. So, man, I have to say, zombie continues staying based up. More guys just getting hit down by this dwarf team, and all these guys getting based up. Should see another hit on that mummy, I do believe, after this white goes down. Yes, and he will be able to get him down. So here comes a 2-die block here, and actually should be able to get a mighty blow hit as well. So mummy might actually see the pavement face down. 1-die block, not going to be good enough, but we'll be able to get another 1-die block coming up. With block, and we'll get a defender stumbles, and he's got tackle. So there you go, tackle coming into play. Oh, but no mighty blow right there. More cases of regen doing nothing. You're right about that. Well, I mean, this mummy earlier actually got the injury and he regened out, but not a couple of those other guys there. In fact, a whole bunch of those guys. Regeneration not coming through for him. White's going to miss his GFI, and all he wants to do is just stay and hang back and just wants to play a little safety, and not being thwarted by the failed GFI. Will continue to move on and try to dodge away, and boy, Undead team can't get anything going right now, and more of his guys staying based up. This is horrible. Dwarf team is gonna just take them all down, and with so many injuries on the Undead team, one has to wonder, will this Dwarven team just score it right here, right now? I don't think so. We're gonna see a bunch more fouls coming out first, and then this is likely going into overtime, but still, hold out for overtime. Yeah, I mean, I think holding out for overtime would be best here, and the more prudent play. Don't leave it up to Nuffle, right? I mean, but I mean, you have a huge numbers advantage. Why not? I think. I don't know. It's tougher when you're the Dwarven team. I would say yay if you had faster players, but the Dwarves, I mean, you continually have to play some pretty good positional defensive Blood Bowl if you're going to have any hope of trying to get the ball out. And on top of that, you have to play extremely aggressive. And does aDant want to do that? I don't think he wants to play aggressive, and I don't think he wants to leave it out on the line. And don't forget, ghouls can absolutely mess up your day. And the white, he's still on the pitch with the +1 in agility, so can absolutely turn around even in the rain. Can get that catch and get the touchdown. Yeah, even Jimmy, fantastic. How you doing today, man? And then it looks like Jimmy agrees with me on that one. You don't want to play for that. You really just want to continue to play solid. There's no real need for it, unless you absolutely have injured every piece of the Undead team, and then you make the touchdown. Sure, but at this point, there's still enough in the tank here to be just dangerous enough. And Blood Bowl, you never freaking know. You're Batman. Oh man, yeah, surf, or should I do the piling on with the mighty blow, huh? And it looks like aDant is gonna go for, I guess if he gets him down, then it's gonna be the mighty blow piling on play, yeah. And if it's just pushes, then it would have been the surf. So there you go. He's gonna get the mighty blow, and looks like he's gonna get paid off here. We'll get the injury on top of it. Regeneration doing all but fuck all, nothing. Won't get anything out of that one. Regeneration absolutely not doing anything. Dwarf team is gonna walk in there, prance, do the icky shuffle into the touchdown area. Piling on confirmed to be better. Yeah, we'll hear about that. Here's the hit, more piling on. It works so well for his brother. He might as well try it himself, but looks like he's not gonna get anything more out of that one, and just gonna be okay here. Looks like this should be a foul coming up. This is why not a foul, right? If you can get this guy out, then we might see the early score. And if he gets the big injury here and no regeneration on that white, we could see it. Stun. That's going to be too bad, but that's alright though. Undead team is going to run away. And for good reason. Stand up, try to dodge away, does have tackle, and gonna force the dodge, non-reroll, and gonna force the reroll here on the 4+, and not gonna get out of that one here, and gonna injure himself to boot. So Undead team gonna continue to try to play for the ball, and I'm not sure why he wanted to do that. I think the better play would have just 3+ dodge out of there. Yeah, I mean 3+ dodge out of there would have would have been a little bit better, because he would have been able to run away from these very slow dwarves. I mean, sure, he might have got caught up by maybe this Longbeard over here, but I mean, I think he would have been okay. At least he would have spent the blitz on him. But now he's gonna get injured, and Ghoul's gonna be out, and dwarves. I mean, again, if he gets the injury here, and I mean, I think this is a right time to actually just score it, because look, only one guy's KO'd, and then he's only got to play against 4 guys, so we might see the score after the foul. And really, it's all about this white, though. I mean, if the white goes out with the injury, then definitely gonna see the score coming up. And here's the KO. So I don't know, but he's already moved the runner, so I think that's it. KO. And he's gonna catch up. Yeah, he's gonna catch up to him. Get those hits off. You think Nav's probably give it up at this point? Yeah, I think so too, but I mean, jeez. I suppose so. With the one-turn touchdown threat, he's out, so if anything, this could be it. More hits on the Undead team. But I mean, we have seen three guys left on the pitch win games, right? But that was a Wood Elf team. Yeah, maybe he's just not the best coach in the world. Yeah, I mean, he's all throughout this game, Undead team has been basing up the Dwarf team a lot more often than not, stepping through, even with the zombie with +1 in strength, against a Troll Slayer with Dauntless, where he can absolutely get his Dauntless roll and get the 2-die block, if anything, and he does, and then after that got injured because of it. So, I mean, there was a couple of things here, just some small positional things, but caught up to the Undead team anyways, and now this Mummy, he's just fighting on his own with Zombie. He's out, so Zombie, come to help the Mummy. He's just standing up on his own. He's like, ah, get away, dwarves left and right. Ah, get off of me. Get off. But the Troll Slayer, he's going to be the first man to get his hits in. We'll be able to get the 2-die blocks. And going to do the pro reroll, but just going to get more blocks. But no worries, we got more guys with 2-die blocks coming up. Defender stumbles, and that's going to be good enough because he's got tackle. And Mighty Blow, no, but going to get the injury. Oh, look at that, he gets the injury. Looks like it wasn't going to be an injury, but then it did at the end. And regeneration finally coming through again on that Mummy, but nobody else regened, and so he's going to be back all by his lonesome. And the Dwarves are absolutely playing for overtime at this point. And even if the Undead team does somehow get the coin flip, then it's still going to be GG's, because Undead team quite possibly cannot win with just 4 more people left on the pitch. Runner going to take the long way into the end zone. aDant goes into the 16th round with the 1-1. Bit of a bad foul at the end, but I think at that point aDant was just like, okay, I'm just gonna just foul you, but not really, so that maybe you have a small glimmer of hope. But the KOs are gonna continue to stay out, and with that, there's just absolutely no way that this Undead team could do anything on the 16th round, especially with the security gate guarding against the Riot. Let's go ahead and just fast forward the kickoff because nothing will help this Undead team. And with this hit, it's going to be look like a push here for this mummy, and then a both down dive for that zombie, and we are going to go into overtime period. And the Undead team needs to get his +1 in agility and +1 in strength vampire back on the pitch. I mean white, I should say, and he does. So he can absolutely go potato. I don't even know if it's called potato anymore. It's really just going Rambo. Just gonna go off on his own, take out the Reds or something. I don't know. And it looks like it is gonna be big. The Dwarf team will choose to receive, and why not? Because percentage says that if it is going to be a sudden death victory in overtime, then you should probably try to get the ball first. And with just 4 of the Undead team, this is all but over. And I'm just going to sit back and relax and sip on my whiskey, gents. If you guys haven't already. If you love what you see, well, maybe not love, maybe just like it a little bit, please hit that follow button. Definitely helps me out in the long run, and I definitely need every last bit of you to give me that big follow because it keeps me going. Champions Cup coverage going to continue to stay here. Semifinals, the rest of the quarterfinals, semifinals, and then the finals here, and then we're going to continue more Champions Cup coverage into the new year. What do you guys wish for? What's your New Year's resolution, guys? Don't forget to leave and subscribe and stay fantastic, says Jimmy Fantastic. And you guys, if you guys want to learn some Blood Bowl there, Jimmy Fantastic, that's the way to go right there. Strong, solid play for that man. So you could definitely learn a thing or 3. There's a Dwarf moving to the backfield. Come on, get some injuries here. Undead team just more unreal with these hits and gonna get the KO. So Undead team can only just wait and hope for Nuffle, and then after that more Nuffling as his mummy just dodges away or something like that. Gets to the backfield, picks the ball up, and then gets the big TD win. But I mean, he's still got this white right there, right? White, it makes right. Strong, solid, and salty play. Well, I wasn't going to say all that, but yes, that too. Two-die blitz, and an Undead team just has nothing left in the tank, so I suppose why not? And then try to dodge away after getting the blitz off, and try to do the 5+ dodge, and well, actually 4+ because he's got the +1 agility, and not gonna make it through. I think he wanted to fall right there because he didn't want to give the Dwarf team any more SPP going into the next round. So I think White rightfully is just gonna stay down, I think, and then allow this Dwarf team to possibly take the win here. But we'll see what the White's gonna do. He might just blitz and then just continue to do crazy dodges to get down. And I think that's what I would do, actually. Almost always salty, says Jimmy. There's the piling on and the mighty blow hit. Mummy will go out, and there's another injury there. And regeneration finally going to fail for that mummy, and that's it. Regeneration failures has just been the key for the today's contest, but moreover, it's just been the injuries. Started to look kind of bad for the Dwarven team. Actually, the Undead team got a couple of injuries out before the Dwarven team was able to get going. And here's the foul. We'll get the KO and the pitch clear. And after that, should be able to just walk this one in. And I think this game should end straight away. I forget. I don't know what happens here if there's a pitch clear. I think that. Oh yeah, I know what happens. If there's guys that can still come into play, then the turn just auto ends for the other team. But if you have nobody left to come in and they're all in the injury box, then the game plain just ends. It gives you 2 touchdowns and then that's it. So it's basically like a concede, except you still get the MVP for your troubles. So there you go. So now we're gonna see auto ends, and that'll be it. And there you go. Let's go ahead and fast forward this a little bit. No, I can't because near the end. And that's it. So aDant, and my prediction comes true. Man, I thought I was crazy for picking against the Undead team, but after seeing this injury box, this Dwarf team makes my dreams come true. And I am absolutely right. aDant takes the win, and we'll move on to the semifinals, where he will be guaranteed at least 100 euros. Man, what a great little sum. Nice little Christmas present, all wrapped up into one. But as you can see real quick from the statistics and injuries, again, name of the game for today's game, Dwarven team. Did he get some injuries, guys? Yes, he did. Sepulchral guards got an injury early on. Made the Dwarf team think about his life a little bit, but some mispositional plays here done by Nav with his Undead team, basing up where probably shouldn't have, and giving a few extra hits here and there actually is what caused his downfall. So you might actually say, oh, I got nuffled and so many injuries on me, I couldn't play, but there were some points where, even pointed out by the chat, in which the mummies, the zombies, they were basing up in places where they didn't necessarily need to base up in. So with that, Nav goes down in a flaming heap of mess, and aDant moves on. It looks like I was not the only one here. 2-1 on that one. And now we are going to see Necromantic team taking on this Halfling team, where assuredly the Necromantic team should be able to take this win against Alex Hung. We'll see though. Thanks for following along, Alatata. And we're going to see Halflings taking on the Necromantic team. Let me just take a quick drink of my Coke and whiskey as we continue this coverage of the Champions Cup Playoffs Season 10. And like Alatata, please, if you haven't already, please hit that follow button and subscribe. Also check me out on YouTube as well, where I'll be archiving my videos. Just making it over 1,000 subscribers, and hopefully some more. So if you guys enjoy what you see here, please hit me up. Alright, I'm going to take a little drink here.